Sometimes he sold rice, sometimes he did labor work, and sometimes farming. He ran away from home 4 times and got nothing except betrayal. But in spite of this, he manufactured his own car. Initially, its price and quality were so low that the world made fun of it and declared it a flop. It forced him to climb up and fall back on the ground, not once, but several times, as if he had become used to it. And this habit made him so strong that ultimately this boy built at Hyundai's, the world's third largest car manufacturing company. Chang Ju-young was born in 1915 in a village named Tongchan in Korea. This village is now present in North Korea. At that time, the whole of Korea was a single country which was ruled by Japan. Chang was the eldest of his 7 siblings and was a poor person. Because of this, the whole family used to work in the fields. At the age of 14, Chang had to leave school due to poverty, and he started working in the fields with his parents. He used to work in the fields the whole day, but earned only this much money. He found that despite working, he had to sleep hungry many days. This situation forced him to think whether he should spend his entire life in this condition or not. He was fed up with his life, and ultimately he ran away from home and traveled 100 kilometers. He went to a faraway Kuan city and started working as a laborer with construction workers. He worked very hard, but earned very little money. But he was happy even in this situation, because he used to spend the money he was earning alone. And secondly, he was now free. But this freedom lasted only for 2 months. His parents, who were looking for him, came to Kwan and found him and took him back to the village, taking away the happiness that had come to Chang's life for the first time. He was again sent to work in the fields, but he had really enjoyed the city life, and he did not want to live in the village or on the farm again under any circumstances. After that, he tried to run away twice, but failed. He went back to the village and started working. 1 year, the crop yield was very low and the entire village. There was a shortage of food, and the situation reached such a point that he had to stay hungry for many days. Chang thought that now it was enough, and he would not stay here under any circumstances. Now he started planning to run away from home for the 4th time, and this was his last attempt. This time he ran away and reached Seoul City, which is the capital of today's South Korea. He had made it his life's purpose to leave the village and settle in the city. Then, no matter what work he had to do after coming to Seoul, he did that. He did not leave any job, did construction work, worked as a factory worker, even did cleaning work. He had one quality, that whatever work he did it with great hard work and dedication. After some time, he would deliver rice to a rice shop. He got a job of rupees, 1,000, and started making deliveries to people's homes on his bicycle. Due to this, the shop's sales increased a lot, and the shop owner was happy and made Chang the shop's manager. This was his first job in which he did not have to pay any kind of wages. He did not have to do anything, and within no time he increased the sales of the shop to a great extent. In the meantime, the owner of the shop fell sick and he became unable to run the shop. He was not capable, so he sold his shop to Chang for a small amount. The boy who used to work in the fields and ran away from home 4 times became the owner of his own shop at the age of just 22. He worked very hard in his shop and earned a lot of money in just a few years. In a long time, his rice shop was considered the best shop of the area. He was very happy, but during that time, an incident happened, and his little happiness was about to turn into sorrow. On 7th July 1937, a Japanese soldier near Marco Polo Bridge. He disappeared somewhere, and to find him, the Japanese soldiers asked for permission to search for him in China. But when China refused to give them permission, a clash broke out between the two, which is known in history as the Second Sino-Japanese War. This war of words continued for the next 6 years and caused a severe shortage of rice in Japan and Korea. Since Korea was also under the occupation of the Japanese Imperial Army at that time, the Japanese government ordered rice to be distributed throughout Japan and Korea, so that Chang's rice store was also included in these stores to meet the shortage, and now he was unemployed once again. His 2 years of hard work, his savings, everything got multiplied by zero. But Chang did not give up. He now started working hard. He started looking for a job that could not be captured by the Japanese army. He shortlisted many ideas and finally decided to open a car repair shop. But the problem was that Chang did not have any money to start this business. He took loan of rupees, 3,000, and started a new business by the name of Edo Service. But the exact opposite of what he had thought happened. It is said that trouble does not ask before coming. Suddenly, the fire engulfed the garage and all the cars parked in it, and the responsibility of all the losses fell on Chang. This time, Chang was in big trouble. He had to pay both the loan of rupees, 3,000, and the loss of customers, but he did not have the courage to do so. Once again, took a loan of rupees, 3,500. He opened the garage again and gradually managed to cover all the losses. Now he focused on the growth of the business. For the next 2 years, he started giving jobs to people in his garage. He had 70 to 80 employees. People started working, and progress was so much that he called his whole family from the village and settled them in Seoul City. But once again, a test was looming over him. At that time, World War was going on, and Japan was also a part of this war. Japan needed workshops to make war material, and so the Japanese government started taking control of the workshops. But this time, Chung was not zero, because it had been the case the last time. He learnt a lesson from the loss and saved up his savings of rupees, 50,000, so that he could start another business. After some time, the World War ended, and along with it, the Japanese rule over Korea also ended. Chang's path was also very difficult. Major obstacle Korea had been separated and was now divided into two parts, North Korea and South Korea. As soon as the situation became normal, Chang came back to Seoul City in 1946 and started a car repair business again, this time with a new identity and a new name. The name Honda Auto Service was derived from the Korean word for modern service. Now Seoul was a part of South Korea, which was under the influence of America. American forces were often present in South Korea, and Chang saw that there were many buildings for the accommodation of American forces. The American army had to get buildings constructed. He thought that if a construction business is started, then a lot of progress can be made. That is why in 1947, he formed a construction company named Honda Civil Works. The construction company was initially set up to construct small houses, or they would get the work of building a few kilometers of roads, which is enough for any new business. But Chang wanted to get bigger projects, but the circumstances once again put a brake on his thinking. On 25th June 1950, with the support of Soviet Union, Chang got the job of building a few kilometers of roads, which is enough for any new business. But Chang wanted to get bigger projects. But the circumstances again put a brake on his thinking. North Korea attacked South Korea. Seoul City was close to the border of North Korea, so Chang felt threatened and fled from Seoul to Busan. But this time too, Chang did not lose courage. He assessed the situation and prepared himself for the war. He started thinking of a scheme to earn profit. He saw that the US Army had come to help South Korea. Chang started the construction business again. He offered to provide any kind of construction service if the budget was right. America was a superpower, and budget was never an issue for them. American officials started giving orders to Chang's company. Chang and his team started working on the construction of the company. She worked hard all night to complete each project. The advantage of this was that the war was over, but a good working relationship had been established between the Americans and Chang. A good relationship was also established between Chang and the South Korean government. There were many roads and bridges were destroyed. The South Korean government gave the project for their reconstruction to Chang's company Honda. The company had progressed so much that mega projects like dams were also constructed by this company. South Korea's largest dam was also constructed by Honda because Chang had good relations with the South Korean government, and the Americans also liked him, so he could easily import the heavy machinery used in construction from the USA. Due to good relations, he was the first one to get contracts. The construction company was already established, but Chang wanted to return to his used car business. This time, he thought of doing something bigger than car repairing. In 1967, he started Honda Motors. Very soon after the company's inception, entered into a partnership with the Ford company. Ford's Kona car was famous in the market at that time, which made an agreement to make the Kona car using Ford's technology. But South Korea's car market was very small. According to an estimate, there was a market of only 30,000 cars, and the chances of growth in it were very less. That's why I started looking for a new partner, and soon became a car company. At that time, South Korea's car market was very small, so there was no chance of much growth there. USA rejected this car. Chang did not give up and made further improvements in the car, and finally the bill was brought up to standards. After landing, it was launched in USA as well. The profit of the company had now reached the sky because their business had now spread from South Korea to USA. People started making fun of it that it was badly it flopped, but Honda did not give up and started working harder and started introducing new models along with its engines and parts. These new models started making a name for themselves in other countries, including America. This time, their quality was also good, and they were affordable. That's why the customers were also happy with them. Very soon, it started to be counted among the biggest car companies of the world. Chang Ju-young, who had started his journey with a rice mill, had now become the owner of a successful multinational company. Due to old age, his health was not the same anymore, and hence, he took retirement. He took over the company and handed it over to his sons. In 2001, Chunk died and left behind the world's third largest car manufacturing company. But there are some facts related to Honda Company which you may not know earlier. The logo of Honda is the first character of HH does not show the name, but these are two men shaking hands. One is a company representative and the other is a satisfied customer. See you in the next amazing video. Visit this channel and subscribe for more of these type videos.